Welcome to John Michael's Rock Box. I'm very thrilled today because I have a couple of great artists that are going to be on today, and we're going to start with Tammy Lynn Hall. Who, Tammy, welcome. It's fabulous to have you on.
Thank you, John Michael. It's great to be here with you. Thank
Uh,
you.
oh, yeah, do I dare say legendary pianist? Because I think everybody knows who you are.
I don't know about legendary, but I'm pretty good.
And she's modest.
Uh,
And before we push on, we were talking prior to setting this recording up that Tammy, congratulations, Tammy has got herself a Grammy, huh? Oh,
Thank you.
outstanding.
Thank you very, very much.
Now, I mean, just to be nominated, that opens a lot of doors, right?
It it seemingly does. And that's, we could talk about that another time.
Yeah.
It always looks good to have on the resume Grammy nominated or Grammy winning
Yes.
artist. We'll see how that translates. You know,
Yeah.
it could be like an Oscar where you kind of go to the graveyard of actors, unless
Uh,
you keep getting good work written for you.
yeah.
Yeah, but music doesn't quite happen like that. We
Yeah.
have to we have to generate it. So
This is true. Yeah, you've been doing this for some time, I see, Tammy. Tammy,
yes.
uh, well, what, at the age of 4
Mm-hmm.
in Dallas, Texas, and raised by your
Yeah.
two grandmothers?
Two grandmothers, a grandpa, and a lot of aunts and
Wow.
uncles. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And so, who was the inspiration of your sitting behind a piano?
Well, I might say it started in vitro. My mother wanted to be a concert pianist. She died
Oh,
when she was 18 years old, and I was a year and a month old.
oh,
So I didn't get to know her. Therefore, my two grandmothers and the grandfather, and I had a couple of aunts who also played the piano on both sides, both maternal and paternal sides. My aunt Deborah on my mother's side, and my aunt Henry on my father's side, and I really wanted to be like them at the piano because they were wonderful pianists. Neither of them pursued a career, but I did.
oh, good. And
Yeah.
glad that you did.
Mhm.
Was it simple for you? I mean, learning an instrument in general is probably really difficult for everybody, but
It was really really easy, and I just found out from my aunt Deborah that she used to get mad at me because I would listen to her play something like the Moonlight Sonata and see her really laboring over it. But I would walk up to the piano, sit down and play what she was playing without any mistake. I just learned it, picked it up by ear. And so she was really pissed off at me about that. We had this conversation a few months ago, and he said, "Deborah, I was just trying to please you because I wanted to be like you." And she was like,
oh,
"Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry."
oh my. Oh, because isn't it something, I can understand. Yeah, when you're trying to learn something and you've been working at it for a while, and then you see somebody pop in and hey, scoot
No
over a second.
problem.
Ta-da! It's like, come on, really?
And younger than you,
Oh yeah.
and all of those things. But we got through it. I think music really did choose me. Um, and I can't think of anything else I'd rather be. Well, maybe a doctor,
Oh,
but music is it for me.
yeah. Well, it's
Hmm.
fabulous. Oh, so yeah, I don't know. It sounds like just the whole thing of your upbringing and picking up that piano. So, was it competitions? Did you get school, church?
All of the above. I played in competitions. I got a scholarship, music and academic scholarship to the Hockaday School in Dallas, um, and also a music scholarship to Mills College, which brought me to California
Ah,
and hung out at Mills for 2 years, and then decided it's not quite the right fit musically for me. So I ventured out on my own.
right. And and
Yeah.
and so. were you playing gigs sort of?
Kind of doing gigs. I wasn't quite old enough, so I couldn't fake my way through a few places.
Right.
Um, but I also had to take some odd jobs. You know, for instance, being a security guard at the shipping yards for AT&T,
Oh,
which on the graveyard shift, of course.
right.
And sometimes I think, how in the world did I end up with that? I know I could have done a lot worse too. So
Yeah. Well,
it's okay.
we got to do what we got to do, Tammy, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
and as weird as it is, sometimes those weird little things are some kind of weird stepping stone to help you advance.
They are. They really are.
I
Even
mean,
if you don't see it at the time.
yeah. Because I
Yeah.
was listening to an interview of a couple of musicians, and I think it was Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson of Rush after the passing of their drummer.
Mm.
And they were talking about the longevity of the band because they've been around over like 50 years ish. Anyway, they discussed uh, now where they are and how they made, pretty good success in music. But what they discussed growing in it at the time was a lot of difficulties. Sometimes weren't sure how they were going to get to the next gig, if they even had enough money for gas. And at those moments, those seemed like it was forever. And
Mm-hmm.
now that where they are, it seemed like it was a fleeting moment, but there was a lot of great memories, kind of a deal. So the stepping stone ish.
Yes, the stepping stones and always being prepared.
Yeah.
So if you're not too busy crying about the work that you don't have, maybe you're working on the music so you don't fall down that rabbit hole.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I'm going to ask you to play here pretty soon.
Sure.
And so maybe I should ask you to go ahead and play, and then I can ask you some more questions about playing piano. And,
All right.
for somebody who would love to learn or has learned and would like to come back and stuff like that. But, maybe show them what it is that Tammy Lynn Hall's all about.
Okay. This is a song I composed for my grandmother on the maternal side. Her name was Lacey B. Hall, and it's called Hymn for Lacey B.
Okay.
Got to move the microphone back. There go the headphones.
Wow. Now that was something. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Oh, Tammy Hall, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Oh my
Thank you very
gosh.
much.
So I could sit here, and I think probably anybody really, and you could just sit if you got yourself. It doesn't even matter if your chair's comfortable or not. If you got somebody sitting playing a piano like you just did right there, you could just be someplace else. Just the magic of music like that.
Music is wonderful that way. Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
John Michael.
Oh, and just outstanding. My goodness, woman. so, uh, so for those who are now, I'm sure are, if they haven't picked up an instrument or thinking about playing piano,
Mm-hmm.
uh, what's a good idea for them? And I know because I've done it myself. You want to get down, you want to sit there, and you want to start playing, and you want to, like anybody, want to start playing right away. I want to start making music like right now.
That's
But
how I am about the guitar. Yeah, it didn't translate.
that is. Is there anything you can give a tip for them to sit down with a piano and a couple things?
Practice, practice the P word, patience. Be patient with yourself. And the other thing is allow if you can remember when you were a kid,
Yeah.
just allow yourself to, just to noodle around on the keys, not trying to play any type of song. Just just let yourself do that
Right.
to, get acquainted with the instrument, especially if you have the acoustic instrument, all the better,
Right.
but allow yourself just to play around. The piano is not sitting here with a serious scowl on its face saying, "You must play me a particular way." Just like music doesn't do that either. No
Right.
matter the genre, the music doesn't care. We do all that. So just sit down and have some fun first. And then if try your ear out, because that's what, you know, don't think about trying to read the music
Yeah.
first. We hear it first,
Right.
right?
Right.
So if you can remember some tune that you really like, try to find it on the piano.
Oh, good call.
Just try to pick it out. And
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be elaborate if you can just take one finger and find the melody.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great idea. And then once the curiosity of them finding as I do like this,
Mm-hmm.
then find what a teacher is a good idea.
Find a teacher. And I will say, there's a lot of stuff on the internet. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube,
Right. Sure.
and a lot of shortcut teaching,
Uh,
and that's not going to get you to where you think to where you might want to go. I know you're probably not aspiring at a later age to be to be a concert or performing pianist, but you might be a weekend warrior, for instance, or
sure.
just for your own edification and enjoyment and peace of mind. But don't take the shortcuts. Really learn the stuff from foundation forward, from square one forward. And
Right.
remember your ears. Just remember your ears. It's not all on the music is not what's on the page. That's a map. So the music's in you.
Right. Right. And one of the things I had a hard time was reading music
Mhm.
because, well, you learn where everything goes, and it's uh, ah, how was it for you? I mean, when is it just difficult to kind of you look at it now like I look at it and go like, wow, whoa,
I was
whoa,
really opposed to it. And so I was memorizing every all my lessons because the teacher would invariably sit down and play through the song. And one day, John Michael, she turned the page. I
ah,
just and I burst into tears because I hadn't done my homework. I hadn't learned to read yet. This was in second grade.
oh,
And finally, it's like, oh, I don't want to be caught like that anymore. you know. So I learned to start reading. It's not all that it's pumped up to be, I tell you, but it does get you work.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
you
certainly
know,
does.
and if you're really that concerned about knowing theory, and I guess it depends on the type of music too, because everything can't be written down, even though some Western European uh, classic aesthetes would argue with me about that. It can't all be written down.
No.
So, um, like soul, for instance. So, or music
Yeah.
that we don't really know. Have you seen ragas written down? Those are passed down orally. It's an oral tradition, you know. So
Good
that's
point.
something to consider. Just don't put yourself in the box.
Yeah. Yeah,
Try to
yeah.
stay open.
I get it. Yeah, yeah. Good point. And I never thought about that before because yeah, you can't write soul. There's no way.
No.
Oh, that's all in here. You know.
Yeah, that's
So,
it.
boy, goodness gracious, girlfriend, you've got it going on. So, Tammy, just so you know, if you want to find Tammy, you can, tammyhall.com.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, you'll be pleasantly surprised on her website. You could see music, her performances. She's got videos, how you can contact her. You can read more about Tammy there. Whom, by the way, I see it's your instruments, piano, vocals, and the Hammond B3 organ, which,
Mm-hmm.
who doesn't love that as well?
Yeah.
They're heavy.
Oh my God. Yes, they are. I had to move. I moved a Hammond B3 organ, and not by myself. It took five of us from a third, three-story walk up in San Francisco, and that was no small feat.
Oh
I tell
my.
you.
But
Yeah.
boy, what a sound that comes out of that thing, huh?
When it's in good shape, or if it's been when it's been refurbished or taken care of,
Yeah.
that's some powerful sound.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But
But man, go ahead. I'm sorry.
any Hammond coming through a Leslie speaker will sound like the B3.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
Yeah, the Leslie speaker is something. And for those of you that are not sure what that is, it's a
mhm.
great, huge speaker. And is there a fan inside? Yeah.
Yeah,
And it just, is that it just causes vibrato ish
it
type of deal?
causes. But I love the. Woof, woof, woof,
Yeah.
woof, woof.
It
Yeah,
is.
and
There's
it
some,
makes that wonderful vibrato, that Leslie vibrato sound.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's something to be said about those. And I
hmm
love them, but yeah, I do love that piano. What's the piano you're sitting behind there?
This is a 1953 Steinway Model M.
That is a beautiful sounding piano.
Thank you, and her name is Baby M.
Eh, Baby M. Yeah, don't
Baby
I
M.
think we all name our instruments, don't we? I know I've
Yeah.
named my drum sets.
hmm
I have,
yeah, right on.
and they're all female.
Ah,
So yeah, but yeah, I guess there you are. Yeah, you cannot not name your instrument. I don't think it's kind of like people with
I
cars.
agree.
Most
Yeah.
people name their cars. You know.
Well,
So you've been all over the place, Tammy. I see what extensive touring in Japan, Europe, Mexico, 30
hmm
city tours. Uh,
in
my goodness, is
Germany.
anything in particular that stands out the most on your touring?
Well, I love traveling, and of course, always love sharing music to new with new audiences.
Sure.
And in particular, one trip that I went to Uruguay, to Montevideo, and this was um, for a program called Broadway Bound, which is a State Department sponsored program where you get dropped off in a country where a lot of people don't know about American musicals and Broadway, but you make a call for auditions. No one has to have experience, but they get to come in and learn music from musicals, learn how to do tech and crew, um, and even choreography. and
Oh,
we put a show together in like 5 days.
wow.
And I write out the charts for an orchestra, no matter the configuration. So this configuration had two guitars, a bass, a percussionist, and a clarinet. But we
Oh,
sounded like an orchestra, and I was at the piano. And that was, I'll just never forget that because it brought the musicians out of their boxes. They thought they couldn't possibly play this music, but they did, and it really rocked. And then the people having a chance to be on stage who had never done that before were also wonderful. So just helping people, walk through another door,
yeah.
uh, opening up, presenting new possibilities is always exciting, I think.
Yeah, it is. Ah, boy, that sounds great.
Hmm.
You did something for them too. You know, they got to get out of, like you said, to get out of their box and sit there and just like, try something brand new, which I'm sure,
Yeah.
it's in now. It's in them.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And
But
one of the guitarists, um, Eric, I think her name is, yes, Erica. She's gone on, Eri, actually. She's gone on to become a major up and coming flamenco guitarist.
oh, who was
And
that
you don't
one?
hear of many female
No,
flamenco
no.
guitarists.
Who's
Yeah,
the other one?
she is
Charo,
special.
right?
Yeah. That's a few decades between them.
Yeah, isn't it though?
Yeah, I think Eri is not quite 30 yet. But yeah,
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh
Eri
my goodness.
Gonzalez.
So how cool is it when you go on tour or is it a little bit kind of nutsy because you can't lug a piano with you. So, well,
No, but I've been really, really spoiled, especially on the Germany tour.
uh
Being able to play in some of the best concert houses or the most acclaimed concert houses in Germany and a couple in Austria. Um, I was spoiled just to
oh,
walk in and sit down at a beautiful Steinway or Bosendorfer piano. I prefer Steinway. If there's a Steinway person out there listening, so
yes,
um,
absolutely.
you know, give me the
Oh,
endorsement.
yep. Give her tammyhall.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of you, and find her, and then start the endorsement. Start that endorsement process,
Mhm.
for Pete's sake.
Yeah, but it's great, and I love room service, and I love staying in nice hotels.
Sure. Who wouldn't love that? Do
Well,
you?
some people start whining,
They do.
about, well, I don't know what day it is, or I'm ready to go home now, and I'm like,
Come on.
okay,
Come on.
bye.
Nice
I'm not
knowing you.
ready to go home yet. Let's
Tammy
stay on
is
the road.
staying.
I'm staying. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have any crazy riders, do you, Tammy?
No,
Uh,
no, not yet.
I was just
No,
talking about that today on the radio,
no.
that bringing that up because like Van Halen had a crazy rider where everybody knows that they requested back in the day no brown M&Ms, I think it was.
No brown M&Ms,
But
really?
the only reason they did that is to see if the people that wherever they were staying were actually reading their writers. There
Hmm.
was no any other reason. It wasn't because and that's the only reason I found out that they were doing that. But when I first heard it, I was just like, well, why? Do they not
Yeah.
like the color or does it taste different? And of course, you had to sample each one and see if each M&M tasted, but it was like, no, they all taste the same,
They
like
all taste.
chocolate.
All right, like how many how many licks to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll?
I think
Pop.
we all remember that one. 3.
3.
Yeah. Uh, I like you,
Yeah.
Tammy. Oh, what a wonderful pianist and just a fabulous, fabulous person. I'm sure that, yeah, I would imagine your friend list is probably gigantic. So, and speaking of friends, don't you have one there hanging out with you?
Yeah.
I,
She's here.
we have got here on the Rock Box 2 today. Oh, Leberta Loral is joining us today. Well, look who's there.
John Michael.
Hi, Leberta.
How are you?
I'm well, dear. How's it going?
Good.
Look at you. And when we were setting up, and I'm just going to tell you, those of you who are watching and listening, when we were setting up these interviews, I had no idea these two knew each other, none whatsoever. And so, we're getting things going, and Tammy worked on our schedule. Leberta was a little bit busier, and come to find out, I'm sending Tammy a message, and Leberta's at her house.
See?
And I was like, what? It's a good thing I didn't say anything against either one of you. I'd be in the hole.
It's more like I'm at her house.
No.
Oh.
No.
We're in each other's home.
Yeah. There you go. You two girls. And just so you know, Leberta Loral, fabulous vocalist. Hey, I like your bio. I like that Leberta Loral possesses a clarion voice. Huh? Clarion.
Oh.
Ooh. It's just like, ooh, I want one of those. How's that differ from just being a vocalist, Leberta?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, I like it. But you know what? It's in your title now. You are.
Hopefully,
now everyone's going to say, "Oh, you're
clear.
Leberta, the clarion vocalist."
Yeah.
That's fine. That's great. I think it's fabulous. I've never heard that before. I did now.
My former agent in helping me to zhuzh up my bio, he was the one who was so gracious in that sentence. So I owe that to him.
Yeah. Well, you could, if you talk to him, give him a little pat on the back. Say, dude, bro, that worked.
Clarion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. And so you're described as both. Now, help me with this word, mezzo, Mezzo, and soprano. What's mezzo?
I believe, if I remember correctly, mezzo means middle. So it's a female voice that's in the middle between soprano and possibly alto. But
it's all right, Tammy.
Kind of in
baby.
there. Yeah, kind of in that world, but there can be different types of mezzos also.
Right.
So they can run from, kind of on the lower end to very high.
Wow. All right. So explain to me, and like your general person that's sitting here going like, all right, I thought if you just sang, you just sang. I didn't know there was a soprano, an alto, a bass. How do you, what's the range? I mean, how's that work exactly?
What do you mean?
Like, what clarifies you as a soprano opposed to an alto or
I think it would be the range and the timbre of the voice. That's very general because a lot of voices do cross over.
Right.
A lot of them cross over. So it's for me to answer that is very difficult because I happen to be in the world of Zwischenfach.
Ooh.
Or, say that 5 times.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck with the one time for me.
Or in the French would call it a falcon. So it's a voice that can how do you say switch hit?
Oh.
Depending upon the music.
Right. Now you're classified as a vocalist, what?
I classify as to what voice type do you mean?
Yeah, correct.
I classify myself now as a Zwischenfach.
Okay, that's one I can't do 5 times.
That's what I see. It is getting older and just wanting to be able to sing well and in a healthy way. I just say, I'm a singer.
Right. There you go.
So if the music goes from low, high, or whatever in between, if I can sing it and well, then great. You can call me whatever you want.
I like it. And, just so you know, if you want to check out Leberta's website, I like it, Leberta Loral. Now, is this
That's
strikingly?
Strikingly, yeah. So if you just put in Leberta Loral, like I've had this whole thing trying to figure out how to get that word out of there because apparently it doesn't look good. I'm like, I don't care as long as you can get to it. That's a right.
Yes. Once we find it, I found you.
Yeah. See,
And if I can do it, look, anybody can do it.
there you go.
It's simple as that. So let's talk. How did you fall into your singing? Is it you just did it at church? You did it at home? You like to do it as a kid? Oh no, none of the above.
No. So as a kid, I mean, I was in little choirs, but I was kind of always in the back because I was taller, number one, and I was this, that kind of. And then, but I started playing piano when I was 6. So I wanted to be a concert pianist.
Oh,
So when I got
nudged.
to, when I got to junior college, we had to take, at MPC, we had to take all the fundamentals like brass, woodwind, and there was a vocal fundamentals course. And Dr. Harvey Marshall said, "My dear, you should be a singer." So I said, "Okay." So I just switched the emphasis that day. I switched from piano to voice.
Oh,
And I think I was 19 when I started singing, if you will, or training.
right. And was it
That was
just like?
just 2 years ago. That was 2 years.
Yes, I was gonna say. So what? And 2 years ago, you started singing. This other lady over here hanging out with us, Tammy, but picked up this what 2 years ago as well. What are you
Yeah,
kids? Yeah,
yeah.
look at you kids, just pick it up like that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So my goodness, and I've heard I checked you out and your vocal talents. Are you going to be able to sing for us today? Do you think?
I I think so where you see we're gonna try and work it out because I'm actually in the same room that Tammy is
Yeah.
in right now.
She says you can go sit next to her and share her earbuds.
Okay. We can try something.
That
What
would
what
be.
are we doing?
Oh, which feels good to you? I know, put you on the spot like that, but
That's all right. I mean, you get off your day job, you gotta go to,
yeah. Well, we're showcasing two very lovely, talented young women, and that are just fabulous, I might add. And so we got to hear. I mean, Tammy played for us this a little while ago, and
So should I just stop my video and just pop over?
yeah, stop your video, pop over. She's waiting for you. I see her.
Okay.
Uh, and so this is just fantastic. Two wonderful women on the same show. That just the talent is just outstanding. And again, if you're looking for Leberta, lebertaloral.mystrikingly.com. You can just kind of Google Leberta Loral, and then Tammy Hall's tammyhall.com. And then you can you can find both these lovely ladies and see more about them because it is outstanding. All right. Now look at you two together.
See, I was over there first.
Now I see. Now I see you both. This is great. I love it. All right, my dear. You guys have any idea? I just like because I'm not going to count you off.
It's like warm up.
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. It's not the pale moon that excites me, that thrills and delights me. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. It's just the nearness of you. When you're in my arms, and I feel you so close to me, all my wildest dreams come true. I need no soft lights to enchant me if you'll only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight, and to feel in the night the nearness of you.
Yeah. Hello, be still my heart. You know what? Can I come start hanging out with you, ladies?
Front door's right there.
I'm gonna have to find out where you live. Because you know what? I'll bet you two are fun to hang out with. You gotta be. I mean, phew. Fabulous voice, wonderful piano playing. I'm floored. It's not often I have nothing to say after something like that, but I have nothing to say except that was fabulous.
Well, thank you.
And it's the talent fits the personalities.
Thank you, sir.
And I think once all those people that are watching this are going to agree with me and go like, yep, I love those girls. That's going to be the general consensus. I love those girls. And they're young. What do you, Barry? Do you guys make it into the bar yet without getting carded?
Oh my goodness, John Michael.
What?
I have a fake ID.
See, you better be careful. You don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah. I always get asked if I'm her mother. So.
Oh, get out of town. I think not.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I just flick him in the nose.
You right?
I don't think so. I don't think so. You're talking to the wrong. You must be looking past my shoulder. Well, I would say what's coming up, but because we're still going into editing, the best way to find out about you. Do you guys ever tour, by the way, together? I got to ask.
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Something to consider.
Oh, we're working on that.
Hey, huh? I want to go to that show.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm gonna have to find you girls somewhere and come see you live. Leberta Loral .mystrikingly.com. And if you just want to Google Leberta, it's L-E, by the way, not le. Because sometimes you have to pronounce it correct. Because didn't I do that wrong the first time, Leberta? I think
you did it fine, but I'm so used to.
Okay.
And so as we were rudely disconnected by, I don't know who or what, I think somebody was jealous that in the fact that we were having a lot of fun. Ladies,
Probably.
Because, after an outstanding performance like that from both Leberta and Tammy, and you got to hear it here. So my editor's going to have fun with this one. I'm going to say, bro, you know what? We're recording and it got kicked off. So you're going to have to edit two of them together, which he's talented enough. He can do it. And Andrew, thank you. My friend Andrew Kalesh is my editor. And so Because, you know, I don't know, ladies, do you mess around and edit stuff like that? I don't know. No,
No.
because that's a
Mm-mm.
whole different beast. I haven't got there yet. I can
No.
record
Other
fine.
universe.
Well, at least I thought I could record fine, but apparently not. I get booted off.
Yeah, no.
Yes. So, all right. What's I was going to say when we were rudely disconnected. I'm glad that you guys are thinking about doing some together, which I hope will be sooner than later. But it's
Well,
okay if it takes time.
we've actually been doing some things together, but not touring, nothing like that. But Tammy has been very, very, very gracious and patient to allow me to share the stage with the band.
Do you hire musicians, Tammy, or are you?
I do have musicians that I call on a regular basis. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and then Leberta just, hey, come to sing, baby.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. We just did a show at the San Ramon Library about Duke Ellington,
Oh,
and that was a lot of fun. Leberta sang the Creole Love Call.
Oh my God, that was so way out from anything I've ever done. But I had a blast.
it's reaching out, doing something that's way different. Is it exciting? Is it like the nerve wracking? I mean,
All of that.
that could be for both of you. You know,
All of it.
all of
yeah.
it.
All of it.
Do you like a good challenge? Either
Yes.
one?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then as he sit at home, I'm like, no, I'm gonna get this. And Leberta, oh.
No, mine is more like,
What did I sign up for?
yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, and like I said before, hanging out with you two together. Do you guys hang out a lot, by the way?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit. I mean, you know, I have the 9 to 5, if you will. And but Tammy's 9 to 5 is whenever it is, you know, as a serious working musician. So, you know, we sometimes pass like, hey, hi, hey, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So rehearsing then for both of you, how is that? I mean, at home, the neighbors going like, oh, gee, there goes Leberta. Oh my gosh, Tammy.
If they do, we don't know about it.
Oh, they don't
I-
come to. They
Thankfully.
must love it then. I mean, how could you not say you sit at home and go like, oh, she's playing. This is great.
I love it. I mean, I've got the best seat in the house.
That would be fabulous, man. You know, like I say, you know, to hear somebody that can play as well as Tammy, sing as fabulous as you, Leberta, how could you not just say, you know what? This is I'm just gonna sit in my chair and be happy. It's fabulous. Music is just outstanding and cannot not have music at all.
Yeah.
That's
You know.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
have a drum set here.
And you
John.
have a drum set.
Yeah.
You play?
It's a closet instrument, you know. It's still not assembled, but yes, I do have. And several pairs of sticks.
You're gonna have to break that bad boy out there,
Oh,
Tammy.
yeah, I
sit
know,
down
I
there.
will.
And do a little
Like-
jam.
Yeah.
I have the, what is it that, I'm probably saying this incorrectly, but the chanter or cantor of so I was learning how to play bagpipes.
Oh,
And I have the top part, you know, that you
yeah.
blow it.
Are you getting it? Are you still doing that?
No, I haven't done it in
No.
a while.
As
But
then
it
you can play that
actually-
AC/DC song.
Actually, it's a lot of fun learning. The fingering is different. Where you put your, you know, it's not on the tip, it's on the middle part of the finger over the
Oh.
holes.
Oh, that's
But
odd.
yeah, but the breathing is like singing.
Oh,
That
yeah. I was just gonna ask you. I don't get it. Because what you were squeezing a bag, yeah?
Mhm.
I haven't
never
gotten
went that far.
No, I hadn't gotten
Oh.
that far. So I don't
So-
know how that part works.
Oh, so wow. There's so
Hmm.
many great instruments out there in the world. Ah,
Yeah.
you know, I think I wouldn't try to any of them except maybe the piano, or I can't sing, Liberta. So, they say,
I
I
bet.
play in bands and they say, how come you don't sing? As I always tell them, because I don't want you to leave.
What do you play? Do you
Just
what do you
drums. It's
Uh-huh.
like Ringo. I just a drummer. And I'm
Uh-huh.
okay with that for now. I mean, I think I will dabble a little bit, maybe back in the piano. Hey, but Tammy, what do you think about those roll-up pianos? Just for learning?
Um, no,
No.
those are fun. I've given some of those as gifts sometimes and reminded people don't dig in because you could break something like
Uh,
your fingers.
yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
know,
yeah.
I can't play that. It's like playing on marble,
Oh, sure.
but it's kind of like I'm so used to playing the piano even on the computer. I have to make myself not hit the key so hard
Oh.
because I just do.
Crush the computer.
Yeah.
Or my phone.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's good. All right. So again, if you are looking for these ladies, and why wouldn't you be, to find them, tammyhall.com, and Leberta is Leberta Loral .mystrikingly.com. And you can just Google Leberta. It'll pop up some site,
it'll
but
pop.
and then there you go, off you go. So ladies, I am looking. Can we do this again? You think?
Sure.
Yeah. And I'll make
Yeah.
sure that I got a backup battery or something, and just in case.
Oh, but that was the fun part.
Yeah, this is true, huh? Because why should it be your normal everyday? You gotta run
Yeah.
into a wall sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm tired of running into walls myself.
Yeah, I know. But it was a soft wall.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
rubber room, Tammy.
Boing boing.
All right. And we're gonna get together somehow, some way. We'll meet. Where do you guys live?
In
I never asked.
Seaside.
Seaside? Well, you're
Mhm.
not that far.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Local.
Okay. We're gonna get together because
Mhm.
Okay.
I only live in Gilroy, but I work in Monterey at the radio station. But
Okay.
we're gonna set something up. We'll have to find out when your lunch is there, Leberta. Sorry, Loretta.
That's all right.
Leberta.
You know what? I just go, okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's me, huh?
Yep. Hmm.
And then we'll go have lunch and we'll hang out and we'll have more fun. And maybe we'll record that one too. Who knows?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Wouldn't it? Something like live.
That would
That
be
would be
fun.
Mhm.
that'd be sweet. Ooh, okay.
Mhm.
My thought process is going. I will be in contact.
Okay.
So
Yes.
everyone, I know at home you're clapping really loud and screaming and yelling. Tammy Hall, Leberta Loral, ladies, I love you already. I don't
Oh,
even
thank
know
you,
you, but I love
Michael.
you already.
Love you too.
And
Thank
so
you.
thank you for taking a little bit of time and hanging out with me today.
You're
Really.
welcome.
Thanks for
Okay.
having us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right.
All
And
right.
I will reach out to you soon and we will set up that lunch, dinner date, whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye,
All right.
girls.
Peace.
Peace.